Hello and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 313. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I'm Lesley, also known as You Don't Call Me Les, and it is September 5th,
Yes.
2016. It's Labor Day here in the States.
Thank goodness. I needed a day off in the worstest of ways.
Until my house is unpacked, I don't think I really have days off. But that's okay because I'm here, so I'm not going to complain.
Well, we worked on your yarn room yesterday, so that was fun.
And I worked on it a little more today. Moved some things around. And
oh, good.
If I start talking about it, it'll be an hour, so I'm just going to let it go.
We can talk about it at the end.
Okay.
We can do a quick yarn room update at the end. So, I am working on, I'm going to go first.
Go for it.
Because you seem to be doing your thing.
I am decreasing on the toe.
Awesome. I am working on, right now, I'm working on Flax Light. So I just started the sleeve. It is a free pattern by Tin Can Knits.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit different in that the flax typically has garter that runs down the sleeves. And I did not do that. I'm just doing straight stockinette. Because I think the yarn is busy enough without needing anything extra. It is really pretty. It's the MCM base of Marigold Gem in the October colorway. It's being knit. The ribbing was on size 2s. I just finished the ribbing at the bottom. And the actual body is being knit on size 5s. So I have my signature needles, my short DPNs right there. So that is what is going on with this. I'm hoping to get this done today, maybe, so I can go ahead and finish it up, show it to y'all next week, and then gift it, because the person who it's for is due in October, but I have a sneaky suspicion she's going to go a little bit early.
Maybe.
So, it's for one of my coworkers. So that is the first thing that I'm working on. The second thing I'm working on is another design. It's the same design that I've been working on, but I cast it on again in some Leading Men Fiber Arts.
The Great Sweater Debate.
The Great Sweater Debate, which is a colorway that they did this year based off of Lesley and I. So just the little first bit is finished, and I will show you, it just got started, so just one repeat's done. But I will show you a finished one when we get to finished objects. So that is what I am working on, those two things. What are you working on, my dear?
I'm still working on sock number 1 of Vanilla is the New Black in my HD Yarns Tokyo Subway.
Ooh, yeah, you're almost done with that first one.
Yeah, I started decreasing for the toe a little bit ago, so I should have that done by the time we finish recording or shortly thereafter. Again, that's HD Yarns in Tokyo Subway. I don't know where my little tag is, but I linked it last week in the show notes. So
yeah, it'll be the links again.
So that's the one thing I've worked on. And another...
You've got 3 things this week.
Yes, although I didn't put a ton of work in on any of them, but I've been busy. So this is the Stonecroft shawl. This is by Judy something.
Some marples?
Marples, yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was marples or maple. And this is out of the Woolmiza blend.
I remember it because Miss Marple.
And that's why
that's the only
I thought, but I was like,
remember.
maybe I'm just making up the marple part. So I put a little stitch marker for when I started working on it, and I did 3 repeats of the little cable. It's only like 50 or 60 stitches at this point, and these, I'm not used to the mirroring. We haven't...
Yeah.
We're not back to our normal recording situation yet, so this continues to increase out, and this is on one of the long edges.
It's pretty.
Yeah, and it's really nice. It's the Woolmiza blend, and the cashmere blend, and the... What's that?
Roots. It's red apple.
Is it apple?
Well, no.
It was something else.
Apple is apple. Aption? I don't know. Red something.
Yeah.
Roots is red. I'm sure someone will let us know.
I'm sure someone's screaming at it right now. So I've been working on that a little bit, and then I worked on my stripe study. Probably more than the other 2. Just because it's garter and I don't have to think about it, so it's really easy.
I do like strip study because of that. I might cast on a new one too.
And I'm about to start my last color, which is this gray. So I finished the first 4 little bits. Oh, you've gotten
a lot done.
And it's all on one needle, so it's all sort of scrunched up, but this is the bigger side.
And then the bottom edging will be the blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that blue? That really looks green to me. Like a greeny blue.
Teal. Teal by definition, I feel like, is a greeny blue.
And that's the shorter end. So on one end, you start short rows on one end, and they sort of it decreases as you go.
It's growing on me. It's less patriotic than I thought it was.
It's not patriotic at all. I'm still not totally sure if the colors work, but they're not patriotic.
No, the teal looks good with it. I think once the gray comes in.
Yeah, I think the gray will help tie it together better.
I think it's fine.
So that's the last color, and I start that. I have to do one of the teal stripes, and then I start on the gray. And that's it. That's all I've been working on. I don't have anything finished, and I don't have any spinning.
Okay. I do have some spinning in that I wound off some bobbins.
But
I'll share that to you because I have a finished object. So this is a design that I'm doing for Foster Sheep Farm. Get the right side. Yeah, that's the right side. And it's finished. It got blocked earlier today. It is quite large. It is an asymmetrical textured shawl. It alternates between a garter and a slip stitch pattern.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily the best. The lighting isn't cooperating to show off that linen stitch, but it is there, and it looks really pretty.
It's a dark blue, too. It's a navy almost. And it's got a cable that runs along the bottom edge. That's an attached edging.
It smells like soak.
Celebration, which is my favorite of the soak scents. And it is quite large. That was my light. That just fell close. Whoops. So it's around 72-inch wingspan. So it'll be nice and warm and cozy. I decided to name it Ketterdam, which is a place in a great book called Six of Crows, and the second in the series comes out.
That's where that came from. I was like, I know it.
So it is the place that they start the business, the shenanigans. It's kind of like an Ocean's 11 type escapade, robbery escapade novel. And Ketterdam, which is kind of loosely based on Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's a port city and
with some shenanigans. It is upper young adult, I would say.
High school.
Yeah, like 8th grade and up, for sure. But it's a great book. And the second one comes out next month. I entered Goodreads as a contest to win it.
Oh, cool.
So I entered that today. I've entered probably 500 Goodreads contests and never won.
What have you got to lose? I mean,
never won a single one, but this might be my lucky day. So here it is folded in half. I like that asymmetrical tooth edge on one side. So that is going to get photographed. The pattern will be up for sale next Saturday. So it's being test knit right now, and we are rocking and rolling with it. So, yep. And I'm knitting it again as well, because I think in the speckle it's going to have a totally different appearance, and I'm super excited to see it.
Did you send us a picture in the group of that, of your new one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Because when I came over, I was like, and I saw it like in person. It sells to me better in person just because I can see that linen texture.
Yes.
Where I couldn't before, and it might have been just a difference in blocking and not blocking. But as soon as I saw it today, I was like, oh man, that would look great in the Great Sweater Debate. But
and then it
must be because you had like already sent me the picture and I forgot. But I do think it's going to look great in that color.
I think it will. My friend Lynn's knitting it out of hedgehog speckle, which I think will be gorgeous as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it comes out and the different dyeing techniques as well. I think it'll be gorgeous in hand spun too. I might do another one for me in hand spun. Just depending, because I do have some fiber to spin over there.
Yeah,
my bin is over.
And it's a fingering weight, and I don't have enough fingering weight of any one hand spun.
700 yards of a fingering weight.
I don't have anything with that much.
I caught Hello Yarn's update last week. It was like a secret update, and I bought 2 bags of a couple different things. I'm looking over there because that's where they are. But my bin, this is the bin that cannot overflow, is barely hanging on, so I need to spin some stuff. For sure. And Pearl's actually pretty good when I'm spinning, besides trying to put her face into the hooks.
In the flyer, yeah.
but she jumps less when I'm spinning than, maybe because I have something in front of me blocking me off, but she likes to try to jump on my lap while I'm knitting. So I've been taking her for lots and lots of walks.
Oh, we should ask, down there. Our viewers. I don't usually have this problem because both of my dogs are pretty, at least with me, they've learned not to jump all over me. Like, we have certain times where that's okay. Like when I come home from work, we do puppy pile and we, pet and roll around and have fun. But, when I sit down to craft, they usually don't bother me. But I do know, lots of people have very active pets like that. Mm-hmm. So we should ask our viewers, like, is there a great toy that keeps them occupied? Or,
oh, that's a good question. She is not into toys at all.
Yeah.
Yep, not any kind. I'm going to fill a Kong with peanut butter and freeze it, and I think that'll keep her occupied for a while, too.
I suggested to Laura she put peanut butter on the roof of her mouth, but she only had the fancy organic.
I do only have the fancy organic peanut butter, because that is the only thing that I am fancy with, is my peanut butter, for sure. Oh, you just lost Pearl. But she walked out, which makes me suspicious.
I'm sure she'll be back.
She'll be fine. Yeah, she doesn't leave my side much, so she's been pretty good so far. We had one accident today, and that was it. Because I've been letting her out, but if I don't go out with her, she
needs someone to witness the event.
Can I get a witness? Anyway, spinning. So, I did wind off 2 bobbins.
Oh, okay. You tell me when you're ready for the other thing.
One is still drying, it's folded over the door, which Lesley is going to get. The first is some Hello yarn, and this was a patchwork kit. Patchwork kit is like her odds and ends that she puts into a big bag, and she sells them by the pound. And so I've been spinning these up. I have quite a few that I've been spinning up. And then I'm just 3-plying it. And eventually I'm going to do a blanket. I might do a chevron style blanket. I don't know. But this was the first thing that I spun on the new Lendrum. And that's how long it's been. So I plied it off at SSK. And it's been sitting on a bobbin waiting for its bath and such. So it is 100 yards of a 3-ply. Pretty consistent. And what I do is this was actually 2 separate strips, and then I just spin until I fill the bobbin and then ply off. So it's all attached together. And then the other thing, which I'm going to tell you I need right now.
As I'm getting ready to do a decrease stitch.
Yes. I have the best timing ever in the world. The other thing, which is still wet, is slightly damp, is the Cordale that is the Patreon prize that we're giving away. That we gave away last week. Oh, it looks terrible like that. Hold on. This is really, really pretty. So I spun this and Lesley plied it. And it is Witchling from Hello Yarn. It's a Cordale. It's 525 yards. It actually wound off to like 575, but I think because it's so loosely plied, it shrunk quite a bit. So we're gonna see.
Better to underestimate.
Yeah, I figure it's always better to underestimate than over. So it is very. When I pulled it off, it was hanging straight, which I like a lot more energy in mine. But I think this would be gorgeous in like lace because it is so loosely plied. It'll show off lace really, really well. And 2-ply shows off lace better than 3-ply, anyways. So, anyway. I'm going to hand this back to you. And it smells like soap, too. And that is it for me. Things that I am reading right now. I am reading, I finished the first Penderwick's book, listening to that yesterday. Enjoyed that immensely.
Baby.
And then, hey, Pearl. And then,
your mom is calling you. Off my boob.
Come here. Come here. Come here, Pearl. Come here. Good puppy. Oh, no jumping. Good girl. So Penderwick's is done. We listened to that and I spun some. I spun on a Joanna spring bat, but it's not finished yet, so I'm not going to pull it off the wheel to show it to y'all. I'll show it to y'all when it's done. And I started listening to Harry Potter #1 again because Jim Dale is my hero. And I've been reading the same things I was reading last week. So the Jennifer Ashley, mystery series. And that's about it. trying to think what else I've been... Oh, and I started listening to Flunked, which is a fairy tale reform school book, which if you have kids that are into, like, Ella Enchanted and the Descendants series that they made into books, it is based on Cinderella's evil stepmother has created a fairy tale reform school. So the main character gets caught stealing. She's one of, like, 8 kids that lives in a shoe. Mm-hmm. And so she gets caught stealing, so she's sent to the school to reform her. That's not what's really going on. Spoiler. It's a middle grade novel. Very cute if you have kids that are into fairy tales. Like The Descendants, like Ella Enchanted, like Jessica Day George type stuff. I think Jessica Day George's stuff is much better, but it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it, so it might be a series that I pick up from my library. I haven't gotten it yet. And that's about it for me. What have you been reading?
I'm reading a book that Laura mentioned last week, or a series that Laura mentioned last week, I think.
Nope, totally didn't.
Sorry, I'm outing your secret. But Laura mentioned this one to me.
To you, yesterday, yeah.
Wyborn and Wittershins.
Because I started reading it this week.
Yeah, I just finished the last one last night, or the first one last night, about 2 a.m. And it's good. It's got some paranormal elements, and it's set in like the late 1800s.
It's a little bit steampunky.
Yeah.
Like an alternative Boston type port city. Yeah. A little bit steampunk.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Not too racy, at least compared to the stuff I usually read.
It's more on the romance than the...
I like it, though. It's good.
Well, it's more of a, like, paranormal romance, I would say, than some of the other stuff that you read.
Judgment-free zone here.
Exactly. We've been both watching RuPaul's All-Stars, which has been not together, separately, which is weird. We just haven't had a time where we could connect and watch it because it comes on Thursday nights. So that's been really interesting.
Yes.
I'm not going to spoil it, but it's been really, really interesting. And some people have upped their game immensely since the season that they were originally on Drag Race. So it's interesting to see.
And some people who I liked in their original season, I'm not really a huge fan of so far this season.
Yeah, and it's interesting why people go on shows like the second time around, like to reinvent themselves or, you know, there's all these different reasons. So that's been going on. I will be at House of Yarn coming up soon. Y'all are going to see a lot of, after I finish this sweater, and y'all are going to see a ton of sample knitting for me because I'm teaching a class on Afterthought Heels. And then I'm also teaching one of my favorite classes, which is on different fiber and how the composition of your yarn changes your finished garment. So that's a very cool class, making the right yarn choice. So that's lots of fun, and I'm excited to see that. To do that, and then I'll be at SAF in October, and that is about it. We will do a drawing for Stash Dash prizes next week. We're going to make an effort to get through all those finished object entries for sure, and we're going to start our Halloween Craft All the Things, so that starts today, September 5th, and it will last through November 1st. So anything Halloween, anything that you can make that you can sell to us as Halloween.
Yeah, like if it's,
counts.
You know, a purple dishcloth, you can say it's purple, and Halloween colors often include purple. Like, you really don't have to try hard.
Yeah.
You just need to compose a couple sentences.
And it can be any craft. So, anything works for this one. Anything goes. And
that includes, like, all the cooking and baking spectrum.
Yeah. We always do that.
All the fiber arts.
Yep, cross-stitch especially has been really popular. Tatting. There's been some cool things over the years. Costume making is always...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sewing and costume making is always a big part of this one. So we always have a good time with this. This is my favorite thing that we do. So, because Halloween is my favorite holiday. I think that's about it. I'll see if I... See, I don't want her to jump up, because I'd show you Pearl, but I'm trying to train her not to jump up. So, she's just sitting by my feet chilling.
A brief,
Oh, yeah, your craft room update.
Oh, no, that wasn't what I was going to say.
But you should do a craft room update.
So, a brief discussion on our retreats.
Yeah.
The entries for SKP closed. I'm working on pulling all the data into a spreadsheet in a way that makes sense for us to be able to reorder and draw entries from that. We had 320 some entries. So
for 35 spots.
Yes. So we're going to have to tell a lot of people no initially, which is never our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
But if it's anything like SSK...
Spots open.
Yes.
Quite a lot.
Life happens. People end up having to change their plans. So don't lose hope if you end up on the wait list. I'm going to try to send out emails on that this week, but I'm not going to commit to that because we also have to go through the stash threads. We're working on contracts for SSK 2017.
Teachers.
Yes, for teachers. And that has to happen before we open entries. We don't sign anything, even with the center, until we have teacher contracts. So we're working on those over the next week or so. More information on that to follow. So things are happening, even if it looks on the outside like they're not happening.
Yep.
We are working on them.
Yep, for sure. Pearl, you look so worried. It's okay, bud.
Craft room update. If you don't care, then that's totally fine, and we'll see you next week, and I don't judge you for it. But yeah, so when we moved all of our stuff, or when we had gentlemen unload the truck with all of our stuff, anything that looked remotely like it might be a craft went in my craft room, and even anything that was in the kind of tub that most of my craft stuff was in went in the craft room.
That's pretty normal.
We sorted. Laura came over and was very helpful, and we sorted through all of my yarn.
I just wanted to look at Lesley's stuff.
Yeah. We sorted all of my yarn into things that have been photographed and things that have not been photographed, because that is still one thing that I really want to keep to and keep all my stash on Ravelry.
Because she's a good person.
But I never put project pages up, so.
No, I do project pages because of House Cup.
Yeah. So that's my one thing. But I did realize that I have as much not photographed as I do photographed, which is a little sobering.
That's sad.
And that doesn't include any of the fiber, because my fiber didn't print out on the list that I printed for some reason, so that's a totally different topic. So when I leave here, I'm taking Laura's light box with me, and I'm going to spend the rest of the night taking photographs. Maybe I'll make it through a couple of bins.
Yeah. You're also going to put a bookcase together over here, because you promised me you would.
Yeah. I forgot about it, but
I got a new bookcase.
I do remember that I agreed to do it. Yeah, so I've been putting pictures on Instagram, and I've been taking even more than I've put up, and so when I'm done, I'll put them all together in a slideshow and tack them on the end of whatever episode we are when I'm done. So
hopefully by next week, so we can record there. That'd be fun.
We might be able to record there, but I won't be done in the room.
Yeah.
The freaking room is purple again. When we bought the house, it was purple. That room's walls were purple.
Yeah, then we painted it.
We painted it this blue. And then Michael, I got to the house when we moved here a few weeks ago, I was like, they painted the freaking room purple again. Michael's like, I don't remember you ever painting that. And I took like a shelf thing off the wall, and you can see the blue paint under. I was like, yeah, we painted it blue.
And they did a terrible job painting it, because there's lots of like purple speckles on the ceiling.
Yeah, drip marks and stuff. But anyway, it's no point in complaining too much.
That was a good stretch.
So that's it. That's all I got. Do you have anything else?
Oh, I have a dog.
You do have a dog.
All right.
Her name is Pearl.
Hey, Pearl.
And she's a good girl, Pearl. Good girl, Pearl.
Down, please.
So that's it for this week. We hope you guys have a lovely one, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.